Hey, Freedom 95 listeners. So, on today's show, we talk about Michael Horowitz's Inspector General's report pertaining to the email investigation into Hillary Clinton, or if you prefer, the matter, not the investigation. She's not under investigation. It is a matter, as James Comey told us. And we talk about just some of the findings. Now, we don't get too deep in the weeds here because it is easy to do that. There's all sorts of names and text messages and unnamed folks and accusations levied, and then there are things that are referred to as appearances. There was an appearance of bias or impropriety, but it wasn't, as the report tells us, really wasn't what it appeared to be. So we talk about that in general, but really, to me, what this demonstrated was a deeper problem we face within our government. And we have folks that have assumed positions of power in our government, whether they are elected or whether they are running something like the FBI or working at high levels in the FBI or wherever. They're in countless places. And it becomes obvious just how deeply entrenched some of these problems are. Now, this is not the fault of the Constitution or the founders. This is the fault of bureaucracy. This is the fault of, candidly, the American people. We've allowed this to go on unchecked for way too long. Now, a lot of people have woken up and are trying to remedy this problem. And so a lot of people are now saying, what's going to happen from the IG report, right? What are the next steps in Congress? And will there be other hearings? Of course, there will be other hearings. But where does this go, right? We've seen how this story ends. I think the lesson here is that the American people need to continually become more engaged and hold these folks accountable for the things that they're doing. So we talk about that today. We also talk a little bit about some of the good news, including the economy growing at nearly 4%, right at just below 4% for the second quarter. So we talk about that. And I have a few words to say about Father's Day. As Father's Day weekend is upon us, I just wanted to say a few words about Father's Day for all those dads out there. And I appreciate, I'm a father, and it's a tremendous blessing and an honor. And we have an amazing amount of influence on our children. And I just wanted to speak to fathers today. So fathers everywhere, happy Father's Day. Enjoy the weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care.